Well, what do we learn from today's game? That we have no plan B, something I suppose most of us have known for a while, but the biggest thing we take from today's game is potentially the injuries that we have picked up. Dinos Mavropanos was forced off thanks to a not great tackle from Conway, I believe it was, from Bristol City, who kept his eye on the ball for a split second, but for the 10 seconds where his eyes weren't on the ball, he looked like he was going in to cause a bit of damage to Dinos. He walked away with a yellow card. But Dinos did land on his, what I believe is like his chest area or in and around his ribs. So I wouldn't be surprised if that hopefully doesn't end up being bad, but it could have been a lot worse than what it is. What we have learned though is obviously Paquetá went off injured within the first 20-25 minutes, picked up a bit of a knock on the back of his left knee. He looked like he was in an uncomfortable state. He looked like it was the same situation that what happened against Arsenal, so that would be massively disappointing. What we do know is that he will be going for scans tomorrow. That's a dead cert. Now, that's not just been about insider information. That is using your knowledge and looking at the situations of when players do get injured and the next day they do tend to face scans at hospital or within the club doctors. Now, that has been broken from Claret and Hugh, of course, so let me give the credit there. On top of that, we did see that Jared Bowen went over what I think is on his ankle in literally the last couple of seconds of the game, the last kick of the game, and he stayed down when the final whistle was blown. The cameras focused on him. I spoke to Ross after the game and he said he got up and he was hobbling off the park. He did go over and shake hands with Bristol City players, but he will also face a scan. Now, the only blessing in disguise could be the fact that West Ham don't play a Premier League game for 2 weeks. However, because we drew against Bristol City, we do face them next week at Ashton Gate in the return leg. So to not get the job done is to be disappointed. To put out and field that strong team, I said it in the Matchday Live and I said it in the highlights show, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. There should be enough there on paper to do the job, but unfortunately they didn't do the job. And we allowed Bristol City to play ball. That's exactly what we did. We allowed them to go into the game and we allowed them to actually play ball and bring the ball out from the back and be quite dynamic on the ball, be a good footballing team that caused us problems. And if you look at their goal, the pass that just penetrated our slow, sluggish defence, there was all day long that was going to be a goal, wasn't it? So a disappointing defeat for West Ham, but we'll find out now over the next couple of days how bad these injuries are. Let's hope they're not as serious as first feared. I'm hoping and I'm praying that they're not. And I'm hoping and praying that we'll get away with it because we need these creative players in Jared Bowen and, of course, Lucas Paquetá. We'll probably find out in due course what the real situation is when it does come to them, what the real impact will be moving forward. But let's pray that we've got 2 weeks to the next Premier League game and whatever they have picked up will be enough time for them to recover in time for that game. So the two players are facing scans tomorrow. As soon as we find out anything, we will bring it to you in due course. Take it easy. Come on, Yarns.